Alright, everybody's been looking for it. Everybody's been wanting to know. So here, I'm finally going to make my YouTube video about the Nitro Mini Maxx. Now, in the background, you might see another one. Well, that is the second Nitro Mini Maxx in the world. This will be the first. So me and my coworker, Avery, I'll link his YouTube channel down below because this actually just got posted on YouTube today about this Mini Maxx that has a .15 in it. A little bit smaller, but he had more room for an exhaust and kind of fit into a smaller package. But this is the one most everybody's been seeing on the Facebook and Instagram, whatever. This is a 2.5R powered straight pipe Traxxas Mini Maxx. So we'll get the body popped off right here. Sometimes a little bit annoying because, you know, there's a big old engine hanging out there. So, this is a Mini Maxx, but it's not a normal Mini Maxx. So we have a Traxxas 2.5R Nitro engine, and we've got a 22-32 pitch clutch bell on there. New clutch shoes, went through the motor, cleaned it up. It is a used motor, but I've had really good luck out of this engine, and I wanted to use something that was already broken in, a little more reliable, different than on the Fortec where I put a brand new engine in. We have a nitro tank out of a, I want to say an OFNA, or an older HSP type buggy. We have our throttle servo. And then right in there, we have a little micro servo that's our brake. Now I put a piece of fuel tube on there, and that was able to push down on the clutch bell, and that actually is very effective for brakes. We have a 2S LiPo battery out of an SCX24 in the back. Again, we actually went with the same battery for both of our cars because 2S LiPo just works so much better for the receiver power. And then everyone's question, this is a straight pipe car. This is not a normal muffler. And if anyone that knows Nitro knows that the muffler is very important for it to run because there's no fuel pump. They're ran on pressure pushed into the tank to push fuel in the carburetor. Well, this one has a threaded, tapped header that has our little bong on there that fits into the fuel tube into the tank. That provides our pressure for the tank. It actually runs quite well, although it has to be much richer to create more exhaust gas so that we have more pressure in the tank. And then we just did a little piece of aluminum out here, turned it down. I think it looks better because I have a really short exhaust. I don't have a big muffler. I think it looks and fits a little bit better. Now, I do not get the performance as much as a 2.5 should, but we were going after style here. Underneath, it's not the prettiest. You know, it's not a simple thing. This also is not like the final product. I think I'm going to go back and try to clean some things up, make it a little bit better. Also, we're probably going to do some upgrades, maybe some shocks and whatnot. We're going to get a new body and paint it up. He's also getting a new body and painting his. But, you know, we wanted something different. Now, he's all into the mini nitro swaps. That's his YouTube channel. I'm fairly new to swapping nitros. I've had nitros for 10 years now, but I've only done a couple. And I'm into interesting swaps. I'm into not just the small ones. I mean, I love, like these two. These are both nitro swaps. That's a Yeti Can-Am. That's a JRX T. That runs a .07. That also has a .07 in it. So, nitro engine-wise, you know, he's into the smaller stuff. He's done lots of other ones. And I've learned from him to what we do with doing a swap like this. And it runs a T-Max motor mount that's been cut down and the chassis been ground to fit. Motor's not perfect. It sits on a bit of an angle. It sits a little bit to the left. And it's kind of turned a little bit. Not super happy with that, but there's not a lot you can do with fitting stuff like this. The chassis is not flat. It's a slanted chassis. If I had a flat aluminum chassis, this would be a lot easier. But they're not meant to be easy. These are supposed to be challenges. These are fun, hard challenges to do. And, you know, not everything is perfect. You know, the servo is zip-tied. It has 2 screws in it, but we did zip-tie so it doesn't move. And, you know, we're just using a simple little plastic linkage to go to that. The throttle servo is a piece of carbon fiber from a mini crawler chassis that I cut down, threaded, shaved, put some servo mounts on there, and it actually works very well. I've actually driven it. There's a video, a short YouTube short that shows it actually driving. And in this video, I am going to drive it out there in the parking lot today. So we're going to start it up. It is extremely loud. I don't usually run it inside because this exhaust is incredibly loud. Actually, most people think it's too loud. I was going after a concept of it being straight piped. You know, that's common in real cars and stuff, and I wanted it in Nitro. Now, it is incredibly loud. But I am going to start in here and let it run. Let me get it to warm up, so then when we take it outside, it's just going to rip. So, let's do that now. Alright, so we've got, you can see a little brake servo moving in there. It actually even moves the battery slightly, but you know, it works. And then we got the throttle there. And we got steering, just like the other one, but we're gonna get it pulled. It has started today. I did run it for a customer earlier today to show the concept, but we're just gonna get it kind of running. Can be sometimes a little hard to get it started. It's not as easy as you know, an easy start car. And I love easy start cars, but pull start, always no compression, easy to pull. You know, we like, you know, making it easier on myself starting a car, but pull start is where I started. All my Nitros used to be pull start. Easy start's a nice new thing, but you know. Alright, it's a little dark out here tonight, but you know, it was a nice cool night, good for this engine, so we're gonna try to get it done. So there's your video. Now, that was just a quick little running video. I'm going to have a much better running video. I'm hoping to get actually both of these running together. This car has still got a brand new engine. Still needs to be broken in. We've only ran maybe half a tank through it so far. So this has still got a while to go. This is a used motor. This car's been done for about a week. We've been working through some things, and this is the first time I've done YouTube. So we're still figuring out. I'm still working on video and stuff like that. But this car is running. It runs good. Still a little bit of tuning. As you saw in the video, it's still running a little bit rich. But it really can rev out. And it echoes so much. It is a most extreme. I would have to say it's probably one of the loudest Nitros in the world. As far as like sound. I mean, it is like ear-piercingly loud. It's incredible how loud it is. And some people like that and some people hate that. Well, there's exhaust on this one for a reason. But there's things saying about straight pipe, it's going to blow the engine up, or it's going to kill it, it's going to overheat, it's going to run weird. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Right now, it's been running great. If it blows up, I'll send it back to Traxxas and get a new engine. I mean, this was the concept I wanted to do it. So, and it does work. Do I suggest this for someone building their Nitro Slash or Slayer? No. Do not do this if you want to play with it. This is not a car I take out and play all the time. This is a car that we take out to demo or we just do fun things. But this is not my everyday basher. This is not a Nitro that I take out all the time. Now the Fortec over there It's sitting right there on that shelf right there. That will be a car that I take out. That's why it has a full exhaust. And I'm still working on it. We might even put a Traxxas R exhaust on it to help it out a little bit. But we're trying, you know, cool things, new things. That's what I like to do. I like to try things that are either everyone says it can't be done or it's not supposed to be done or something that, you know, someone says is impossible. But it does run great. I will have a better running video, like I said, during the day, of course. And we might go to Hobby Park and try to bash it when it gets a little warmer out and dries up. Or we might just do a bash session in the parking lot. I mean, we'll have to see once this car's ran in. We're going to do a race between this car and this car to see which ones are faster. Of course, you know, this one probably is faster. It's a 2.5. It's geared higher. This one's running an 18. This is running on 20. This is a 15. This is a 2.5. So, granted, yeah, it's probably not a fair race, but you know, this one, because of the straight pipe, it's running a little bit richer. So I don't have off-the-line acceleration that a .15 is kind of known for. I'm hoping to lean this thing out enough to do wheelies. I'm hoping it'll be a monster truck still. We don't know. If it doesn't, I'm not terrible about it. But it was just a cool idea. There's many more swaps to come. This is one of the first one. This is one I started and decided I needed to do a YouTube video on it. This is the first one I've ever done that's a world's first. This has never been done. This car came in. This was our third shipment of Mini Maxxes into the hobby shop. And both of these cars were. They're both orange. We picked orange because that's my favorite color. And I think that was a really good body. I think they did a really good job with the color scheme. Granted, we are going to get clear bodies. This one is going to be a orange and blue theme. This one, I'm probably going to do more straight orange, or, you know, we're going to try to do some differentiation. We're also going to put numbers on them to actually tell them apart. So when we're running them, we can figure out. Now, there's a big difference. His has a giant hole in it. Mine doesn't because of my small exhaust. But so far, I'm going to clean it up a little bit. Probably do a little bit different receiver. I put a decased Spectrum receiver in there just because that's one I had laying around, but I'm probably that's not great for bashing, but I'm going to put a new one of those in there. I'm trying to clean up the wiring a little bit and see if I can possibly 3D print a mount for this with my bamboo at home to try to get this a little bit better, and maybe something here with this. The brakes are great. I mean, as you saw in the video, I mean, this thing will lock up into a donut. So the brakes work great. I mean, that theory, I mean, if you look at this car, how the brakes are done on this one. This one's got a little pivot here and just pulls them things like that. Just kind of pulls it like that, and it locks it up pretty good. I mean, these brakes work very nicely. I mean, how they are, I mean, you know, you roll it and you know, you can about lock the tires up and just, you know. My brakes are a little bit more effective because it's pushing pressure down on the bell, the clutch, or the bell clutch, clutch bell, whatever. Oh, it's a late night. We've been working on these things for all day today, so it's been a long day. But granted, I think I will like to get a new engine for this. And clean a little bit up. This was a used engine. This is actually out of a Nitro Stampede, if people remember this, the two-wheel drive Nitro Stampede. That came with a Pro 15, but this one had a 2.5R conversion done back 20 years ago to get more power. This engine has been running for probably it was in someone's closet for about 10 years, and I got it running. I actually bought it from a customer that comes in the store. But I've ran this engine a lot. This car, it's been running in that. I've had that Nitro Stampede for about 4 years now, 3 years now. And that engine has run great every single time I ran it, and it still runs great. Even with no exhaust, it still is a runner, and it's been a great engine. Now we did have some issues with the Nitro Fortec. The reason it has a new engine in it, and the video is, we're working on the video. I do have a video that I posted today. That is the first start of that engine. But we did have a 3.3 in it. It was a used engine, and it did blow up, kind of. We did seems to have some piston failure or something in it. And I did have a 2.5, just kind of like this, except the non-R, just the regular head. It also decided to fail. And actually, both of those engines are right here. So this engine here and this engine here. Both these engines are no good. They're going back to Traxxas. We're going to get some new engines. This engine got traded in for the 3.3 that's in the Fortec now. This engine's going back and getting a new 2.5. That new 2.5 might go in this car, or it might go in a new project. I also have on order a Dynamite .19, the Mach 2, which is a direct drop-in for the Traxxas stuff. It runs their exhaust, run their easy start, you know, everything. Which is awesome because that motor was going to go in here because it's a little bit smaller and it's got the same horsepower as a 3.3. We might do that. Or we'll just leave it and let it run this. Right now, I just really want to run this car. Trying to, you know, get it, you know, going and running. But it's kind of one of those cars. But I would say another project done successfully. And my radio's beeping, so it's time for me to probably get off of here. But hope you liked the video. Please subscribe. There's definitely going to be more videos, and you know, working on different things, especially with Avery here. And his channel is also going to be linked in the description. And we'll see you later.